Just sit tight for a moment. Again, open up your books to the story or the article that we read for today. We're going to do some fun stuff. No, just use mine or look next to somebody else's. Well, your locker's right out there, isn't it? No. Yeah, then no.
I mean, we went 8 for 21 on free throws.
Pretty much. Mason.
Well, you got to be sure.
I told you got the N1. Yeah, Mason's head.
Not on Mason's head, no on.
He went right by you, and then Will tried to take it.
Yeah, but I'm not
Just
gonna
kidding,
do it.
he tries to chew.
You know what he does? He puts his shoulder. Yeah.
Why did he have to? I wanted.
Spin move.
He doesn't look, he's so bad now. He's on the ball, that guard's him too.
Does anybody know how to copy and paste stuff from email?
Control C.
I've already tried that.
No.
Control C, come over here, Control V.
Try restarting Smart Notebook.
Smart Notebook works.
There's no text block.
Now try. There you go.
Thank you, students. Specifically, Kyler and Mr. Lester.
13 minutes.
Hey, I said Control C.
No, but you didn't.
That wasn't the whole story, though. All right.
That word.
Continue to sit tight.
That word.
All right. Whatever. We're rolling with it. All right. So you came to class today having read the story, and you came here with the instructions that you need to be more interesting, or not more interesting, that you were supposed to be able to talk intelligently about that thing that we read. On your way in the door,
No one's writing some vote.
on your way in the door, I asked you to articulate to me some cause-effecty or compare-contrasty sentences. Most of you executed a cause-effect by using an intro phrase or the word because or a coordinating conjunction, the word like so. Most of you did a compare-contrast by using the word but or using an intro phrase like while. That'll come into play later. Right now, though, we want to sink our teeth into your ability to identify claims. So on the whiteboard in front of you, you are individually going to be writing out responses to the questions that I throw up on the board. As soon as you're done, you hold up your whiteboard. Mr. Lindenberg gives you a thumb up. Feel good about your life. Mr. Lindenberg gives you a thumb down.
You fail.
Hang your head in shame for a little bit and then learn about what we're seeing. So number one, off to the side, you will see a number next to a paragraph. Number 5 means that is paragraph number 5. Even though there's no number to it, the paragraph that comes after paragraph 5 is paragraph number
6.
Whoa, you guys are good. So in paragraph 5, what is the claim of value / topic sentence? I use the word slash because is there any difference between the claim of value and the topic sentence? No, there is not. Write it down.
93.
93. Yep, write down the claim of value and then hold up your whiteboard. Book out to Mr. Lustig. Just rewrite. Just rewrite the claim of value. Nope.
Disenfranchised.
Yes. Yeah. Yep. Good job. Hey, thumb up there, Mr. Ryback. You can write the whole sentence, or you can rephrase it in your own words.
Oh.
Yeah, cool. Yep.
Shoot.
Nope, wrong paragraph. Yep. 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 And next. Also a tree. Yep. Yep. What's going on back there, Chandra and Gracie? Oh, okay. Yep. Yep. All right. So crushed it, except for the person who looked at the wrong paragraph. So there is a stunning lack of information and transparency surrounding felon disenfranchisement around the country. Lack of transparency means what? You're why does lack of transparency means hiding stuff?
Transparency, you can see it.
Yeah, so transparent means you can see through it. So if there's a stunning lack of transparency, that means we can see through it. Now, the use of the word stunning is important. Why? It suggests that it isn't just that there's a lack of transparency. The lack of transparency is stunning. In what ways could a lack of transparency be stunning?
Like, easy to tell that there's, I don't know.
What mat is it?
You're supposed to be here.
Okay, here's my note.
Great. Grab a whiteboard, grab a marker, sit down, open the book to page 93,
Okay.
and saddle up. How?
Magnitude, much it.
The magnet, yeah. So the magnitude in which there could be a lack of transparency is stunning. It's not just that something, are we suggesting here that there is something that's accidentally being hidden? No, if it's stunning, that means what? Yeah, it's like there's a purposeful, I don't, kind of like a conspiracy to hide things. So just some fun facts. Now, just so you can see how these things work, what evidence is used to support that claim of value? So just like the claim of value is functioning as a topic sentence, what is the evidence they use to support that topic sentence? Do not feel like you need to write complete sentences right now. But you have to use a colon. You do not.
What evidence is
No. That's gonna be, you need to, yes, you should feel sad. Oh, you have to give me more than sentence number 2. Just give me a few key words that helps answer the question, why and or how is there a stunning lack of transparency? Crushed it. Yes. Yes, Chandra.
Boom.
Yeah. Yes. 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 All right, so yes. Hey, so somebody tell me in your own words, how would technical rules make something stunningly opaque?
Their complexity.
So how do complex rules make something opaque?
By making it complex, it makes it so that it's harder to understand. So you have to try harder in order to be able to like see through it.
What a wonderful demonstration of a cause-effect sentence that is needed to answer that question. I'm asking you a question in which you need to give me the effect of a cause. The cause being complex rules. What is the effect of complex rules on transparency? Very good, Kyler. Now, other people said something about little effort is made to explain to elections officials, blah, 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 blah. So that is the cause. We know the effect of that cause is that it makes things stunningly opaque. Somebody tell me how or why providing little information or guidance to election officials makes voter stuff stunningly complex. Yes, Chandra.
If the officials barely understand it, then It's hard for them to explain to us. If they don't really understand it, then they might be surprised that they don't really want to do. They're uneducated, other people will think it.
And so if the people who are in charge are uneducated about it, then therefore how can the people be educated or run this well? Very good. All right, moving on. Oh, this one's tricky, intentionally tricky. So watch out. Hey, in paragraph 6.
Are we giving you like a policy value
Oh, just let me read it. In paragraph 6, the evidence that's used in the paragraph. So I want you to look primarily at the evidence. I would say in paragraph 6, there are 2 policy claims that you could parse through. But based on the evidence, one claim is being developed. What is the claim that's developed by the evidence in paragraph 6? Feel free to use a sentence segment. You don't need to use a complete sentence. But you do need to be able to clearly tell me what is the claim that is being developed by the evidence in paragraph 6. Question?
Do we have to say what piece of evidence?
No.
No, just
All of the evidence in there is supporting a singular claim. What is that singular claim? Watch. No, don't know. The homework is going to be to have a great weekend, Kane.
Definitely been reading felons and felines.
Lots of cats in jail. Cats and dogs. Be careful. Be careful. Which one of those 2 is supported by the other?
Oh, all right.
Nope.
Ah.
Yes.
It was 2 words. Oh.
Nope. No.
play.
I was just talking to. I was shaming Futh.
The evidence that is.
Wait. Hold on.
What are we supposed to do?
What's the claim that's developed by the evidence?
Like claim of fact or claim of value.
Yeah, just what's the claim? Or what's the assertion? Monty got it. Need a little help though.
Yep.
Just a little bit. Nope.
No.
Well, no, like not claim of value. You need to articulate the full.
Okay.
Sorry, Jed.
That's what I was.
That was poor instructions.
On a scale of 1 to 10, how close is that? 10 being on the dot.
You are in the right ballpark.
So like
But-
a 6.
Yeah, I'd say like a 6-ish.
Oh, better than a 5.
You're yes,
Did Jeb Bush a Republican?
yes.
Read the board.
Yes. Yeah, I think that's. I think.
Yeah, like I said,
What's the second word?
resistance.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well,
Chevron table over there is crushing it right now.
Are we Chevron table?
You are Chevron table
No, why are we called Chevron table?
because that's the shape of Chevron.
Chevron.
Look at the shape of the table.
okay. Oh, is it like that? Okay.
It's like the thing we get on our loans.
Oh.
Scratch this.
So we're like.
Oh, I really skipped.
Ah, try it again.
Really?
Yep. You need to erase half of that.
Yeah, it's fun.
I disagree with the phrasing of the word allow.
Yeah, I
You're-
know.
So on our scale, you're like an 8 or a 9.
That's still pretty low.
It's half of that. It's half of that. Yeah. Ching. Yeah. You're close. I don't like the way you've ended it. Nope. Yeah. Yes. Take a stab. Kelly, what do you got? You don't- Poor carpenter blames his tools. All right, let's take a look at this. It's in the right, you're closer. All right, so let's take a look at paragraph number 6. Okay, too often, felon voting is seen as a partisan issue. That's a claim, right? In state legislature, it is usually Democrats who try to restore voting rights and Republicans who resist. That is also a claim, right? So we got claims like voting rights is too often a partisan issue. We have claims like Democrats try to restore voting rights. Republicans try to resist voting rights. Now, which one of those claims is developed by the subsequent sentences? Okay. Recently, Republicans and election officials in Missouri and South Dakota have raised questions about voter registration groups' employment of ex-felons, although they have every right to be involved in political activity. Which claim is that supporting? Right. In Florida, the decision about whether a felon's right to vote will be restored lies in a panel made up of the governor and members of his cabinet. Some voting rights activists believe that Governor Jeb Bush, probably would help if you knew that Jeb Bush was a Republican, has moved slowly and reinstated voting rights for few of the state's ex-felons to help President Bush's reelection process. So all of that evidence there is developing what specific claim? Republicans resist voting rights for felons. Does that make sense, class? In terms of how we get there. So there are multiple claims dropped at the beginning, and then one of those claims is being developed by the paragraph. Fun stuff, huh? It really makes you put your thinking cap on.
I like your sweatshirt.
Thank you.
From the coach's catalog.
From the coach's cap, that's right. All right. This one's tricky again.
No.
They're giving you 2 paragraphs. I want you to copy down the most important claim of policy made in paragraph 7 or 8. 7 or the singular, most important. Feel free to write down the first 3 words of the claim and then put ... if you'd like.
In both combined, there's only one.
I'm saying what's the most important one. There might be multiple, but one rises above the rest.
In both of them?
Yep.
Okay. Not or. And.
And, yep. As you're looking, I would say there should be 2 possible sentences that leap out at you, and one is something that should be considered better than the other. Are those the first 3 words?
What?
Write down the first 3 words of the claim as it appears in them. Write down the first 3 words of the sentence you think identifies the claim. Yes. Yep. Should have picked the other one. Yes. That's not the first 3 words, Liv. In the sentence? The first 3 words of the sentence that you think articulates the claim. What do you got there, Mike? No. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yes. Oh, yeah.
Yay or nay?
Yeah.
Nay.
Wait, are we going?
Alphabet's after the game.
Yes.
Didn't even read the day.
Why? Why don't you
Better.
spell it out?
Oh,
Second one, okay. Let's go.
The cleanest. No.
Yeah, it's a center.
Nope.
It's not the cleanest.
Nope. All right.
That's wrong.
Spread it around. People always decide they're
I knew it was the first one on this. The first two were my options.
All right, class. Class. So many of you did a great job of identifying the claims, but figuring out why one is more important than the other is something that we need to talk about. So, first claim, the treatment of former felons in the electoral system cries out for reform. That's a claim, right, claim of policy. Okay, so that's claim number one that's mentioned here. Now, claim number two, restoring the vote to felons is difficult because it must be done state by state, and because ex-convicts do not have much political lobby. And now, I would say one is more important than number two, because the second claim is under the umbrella of the first claim. So the first claim is more important because it encompasses more, whereas the second claim is something that provides clarification to the first one. Does that make sense, class? So that's why we would say one claim is more important than the other, because one claim encompasses a wider argument. That's going to be important in a little bit. Okay, so in a little bit, I'm going to ask you about the claim that this article is trying to make. Now, when you're doing that, are you going to want to have an impressively long sentence that articulates all of the specific claims that the article is trying to make? No. You will want to be able to phrase something that articulates the broad argument that the article is trying to make. All right, next one. This one's a little easier. On page 94, identify the four most important claims of policy. So flip it over to the back side. Just write down listen to me, please. Write down the first word of the sentence. So you should have 4 words. The first word of 4 different sentences about the 4 most important claims.
You know it that well.
The whole.
Well, I have it in front of me.
Oh.
Although if you would be more impressed, yes, I do know it that well.
Okay.
You guys, you never done one.
No.
Alright, my marker's running out.
Yep. Your second and third are not copacetic. Florida's wrong. Everything else is right. Yep.
It's the 4 most important. I see it, but it's not one of the most important.
Nope. That's the first one. Yeah.
There you go. That's bad. Okay. Would you like them in order?
Your first one's good. 2, 3 is number 3. The word example.
Ready before I got it off.
No to the rest of them.
Oh, let's go.
Yeah. Thank you for putting them not in order, Bryson.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes.
There's 4.
Yes. Yes. America's wrong. Everything else is in good shape. Yep.
What are you eating? It smells amazing.
Pork nachos. Last one's wrong.
Allison. And it goes up.
The ginger on ginger hate here is. You guys gotta stick together. You guys are gonna be extinct in like 50 years.
My parents had ginger though.
Yeah, he is.
It's not a ginger.
Don't let-
I mean, if I was a-
It's up for debate. All right. In order to figure it out, it's what sentence?
All of them.
Topic.
The topic sentence. Right? The topic sentences of those mini paragraphs provide the claim, and then the sentences that come after the topic sentence provide clarification or support for that claim. All right, last one. Considering and I want you to write your own complete sentence here. Considering the entire essay, compose a sentence that articulates the primary assertion, transportation, the essay is making. So you need to write a sentence that would encompass the entirety of the article. Ready, set, go. When you're done with this and I say you're good to go, please put the whiteboards back on the table and the whiteboard markers back in the bucket.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
Nope.
Just another track.
Oh, great start.
And then
But-
I got lazy.
Not lazy, but too broad. This is making a specific point. It's not just that this thing is happening, it's making a point about this thing. Okay, that's okay.
That's okay. I'm good.
Okay.
That's very good. And then I would say add something about need to reform. Maybe a little too broad there, Riley.
Let me.
Yeah.
Now you go.
That's.
It makes so many things of policy.
No.
Due to the chaotic
Good.
way it has.
Yeah, it never in the whole essay, it never says that.
Phones and the right to vote.
It's talking about- it doesn't say right to vote.
Voting rights are not equal.
Yeah, okay.
There should be a.
right.
It's just the system.
The main point is the main point that Republicans are resisting voting rights. No, that's only part of it. Is it the main thing that felons should have their voting rights restored? No, this whole thing is about the system. So the main point is about how the system needs reformation. The treatment of felon voters needs reform to improve equality between parties. Yeah, good. Very good. Hey, have a great weekend.
Hey, you too.
Always do.
That's
Any of you taking the ACT tomorrow?
I am.
I'll see you there.